no edi ehunehuna ene nkataso bi ebe mu a from what I said I'm extremely worried. Me are very worried. Honestly, because they almost year now afterthought. Yes.
Obi, maybe you allow your platform to
so the first Obi here no free say afterthought. That's his opinion. Then finish.
Chairman,
any problem?
Please, Chairman, Mr. What's now opposition?
Some kai na Ayele. Some kai Ayele. Aha. Well, end this power one. Some kai say Cocain be na just Mahama. You twetwe mu some kai no. Aha. What the yento aso na ye wi a ye di nkomo yento aso.
You know, it's now opposition. I'm not doing politics of equalization, but truth be told, without any shred of evidence in this country.
So you are
no. May I say I'm not interested in politics of equalization, but what I'm saying is, look, it will be hypocritical and pretentious on the part of emeritus Chairman Adekoka to sit in this very studio and gag us. Say another day. Sanyama we Egugana Hufi. When did you realize you're discussing cocaine issue Egugana Hufi? You think anybody can gag us in this country? It won't happen. And sit down. I want you to off for the BH. Oh, and early days. Not in this country. Look, Bonia Ekoso and Namuba ye and this Iban Amo de Unim Red Abba. When Damon invented Unim Red, it's something that we need to investigate. Because in himself, bad, drone by but I think under NDC abawem and now we see a brand here be our time. And you know these are some of the pressing issues. Yet me more be a megagia in this country. It won't happen. And not the obia function the team issues in the bar. You better dissect it. What I'm suggesting is nobody. And not the obia function the team. Politics you be in the kromuha. Social issues you be in the kromuha. But say, Adiana Kwakye say suddenly, I abominable even to discuss these matters. Hey, Asambena ye can say no. Abrantiano, our member of parliament for Asen North, Asen South. All the issues akese me and say mumra meyi ya no. Say ya now running now to sa to aircrafts na sem na ye can. And that is my worry. Because me catch you say, Sape Mandiano, I know no. Minia Obianyano. Second one has to do with a street value of cocaine $350 million US no, and 150 million. And also Obianyano, what are your details?
Okay. Eti say atie na Ayele ametifi na danfo any process Mahama yai and o masaba power biu na cocaine sam no asa sorry. Na on say gidigidi no ba mu asa compare so mu na sa ayi also MP obi adwene won tiase MP say suspicious bra mo na me mas o officers na we airport won mo se dabi mo national security mo se dabi after the president ne kasamafo na age ginam asem no e ho kra na ma biase nyina asem na yo mo nwa no and na yo bia nwa was na mo ade no ye kan ye se play bia besia plane ba ye husu wa benyi efunu wa benyi yarefu obi eye de na plane otu no obegina obepe de yi on say asamna fedi wo mo ankasa echichire ba yenti ase
when within the same time no the same security agency within the period they needed some MPs are written to the speaker and we had seen the response. They are now going to write to the speaker and it was at the same time I also say they are not interested in any investigations but they only want to make an example of me. I have taken judicial notice of that statement.
Yeah, see, because because your actions border on criminality.
We no
publication of false news.
I am going to sue Kwakye Ofosu. I'm going to sue him.
I didn't hear.
No, because this threat, clear. He said that they are not interested in investigations. They only want to make an example. So it is a willful attempt to persecute, a willful attempt to cause harm, a willful attempt.
No, but those are your inferences.
These are enough evidence, and it's coming from him.
Ongoing, is to make an example of you.
Please don't. No, Obi, don't do that.
It borders on criminality.
Obi, don't do that.
Publication of false news.
Obi, don't do that.
Say Sano kind.
Obi Sano.
Yes.
Say, president to say
sure.
he takes the matter seriously.
Sure.
Also, there be president in the kind, but me say but me say comical. And I'm just and you want to customer president say the me can be I have his authority. And you know, one person says he takes the investigation seriously. On another brother says he doesn't take it seriously. And all business and investigation may also they are not interested, it's not necessary. But they will only make an example.
They will
of
do it to make an example out of you.
No, so one investigation. It says that we just want to make an example of him. It is on that you can play his words. No, please, Obi. We are no,
what he said.
He played it.
And let me tell you. They are all Kenyan not just investigations.
Let me tell you.
And also they will do it to make an example.
I'm saying it on your show.
Yes.
Was a person Mahama and a Tanachi, and he has said, you can be your command.
Yes.
And to say President Mahama say they are going to make an example of me.
Yes.
In Ntim Fodjour. I am ready. They should.
And you say, the intimidation tactics, they just want to intimidate the honorable member. Said you best scare any paduaka. Are you ready to criticize the government? And you know Ghana Fonti. See, and you been there now. You see. Some person will silence the media. It is a man who arrogantly. And we will arrest you now. Arrest will be an hour a day. I mean, people need to be arrested and prosecute. Take the person to court and let us see. It won't say, I want person with the intimidation tactics. And you will MP because why expose you big time. Now, MP attract all the flight. I wouldn't say flight about that's what Ghana CA. I would grab it. Almost on my bone. And this for Nankas on my bone. Now we say Kwakye Ofosu ekofa play bi fi America eno de be kire Ghana for no say play bi fi America eno no de atwap de abeto ayi no de akire Ghana for ti bon koso for na empire research and ya problem ya track ya hu say play no de kire Ghana for en si Ghana yes we yentie ni yen to aso wase I'm not doing.
Come and make every example they want to make. They have made the intention clear. Intolerant, highly intolerant. I've never seen any government this intolerant. Sir, my picking intel, same intel, my Kwakye Cocain. My picking intel, same intel, my Kwakye NDC. Next week, I will the kind of big names NDC are never born. That is why they want to gag me. And
next week,
say you bunu kakra. And then me were there, but next week, my book Buankasa. It is one person by bomb ascendium. No more bomb ascendium ukra. Telling me 100 years kurana.
That's right. When you can say when woman Yesu, why so fool, so a reverend on Mr. Fodjour, when a woman Yesu, woman Kana, said Ghana Yesu, the Anyasa, you was some Pamona Sabian, and this would of course, what suddenly attacks on the call of parents. Nothing about paying when you bring this. No, Mama saw police one in Casas, a CID one Casa airport, woman, woman, I've been jigging a hundred kidney person. We have a show video be natural. I bet Johnson.
Sir, we will expose them.
You're engaging in an emotional blackmail.
That be no Nipano catch yourself. Or no, or the president to say.
Yes.
The He is not interested in investigation. And that he is only interested in making an example of me. Let them come and make me a hero. I am ready. Let them come and persecute me. Obi. So me pen me the first politician or president. I'm Obi Ababeku and I said I'm Obi Aba persecute.
What please done?
If they were interested, no. The president
they would investigate.
What is the criminality?
And prosecute you if possible.
What is the criminality?
Almost say a publication of false news.
What is the false news?
Intended to create fear and panic.
What is the false news?
So what said you work in the intro?
No. Which one is the false news? Did you read my press statement?
Yes, I was repeating some.
And I may say,
yes.
Which aspect of the Mekano and a false news? Which aspect of the Mekano and a publication of false news?
Drugs, I will play.
The fact that okay. Please, the same intel. I sat here. Let me tell you and tell Felix Kwakye Ofosu and whoever is behind him say, Yantraha Momonfa or Mano Mosu and cocaine and money laundering. Near Cocain. Woman because you be make example. They should make me an example for the whole world to see. Say, woman ye cocaine, woman ye cocaine, no, and no persecute me. And no, or Maya, woman ye cocaine, near cocaine, ye tumuno. They should set that example. I can't wait for that example to be set.
Now, when you say sound komo ye, and now report epic say even United Nations and in what Jim say Ghana president and the Ghana government must investigate this cocaine issue with involving this international flights. Yes, United Nations and what Jim Hade was saying.
Mako edumi no bi na containers no ewo warehouse bi mu eno supplement eno ewo enkran sei na containers no om chese eye gold buys ibi sikakoko ibi ene na kese pa afa dollars and Ghana cedis ni na no sa eye fake gold bars ila awuno ni na eye fake Ghana sika hu dollars hu ni na eye fake and ya pack good containers makumaku edumi no mu na national security chese omakohu ewo warehouse no ewo supplement de no openia ono na director of operations national security Romunyan for Richard Jakpa and center for nyina eko supplement ko he containers na ha na hunu ko he containers nyina na bi mu kase
eti asana is so interesting adentina mon kwa mobile power less than 3 months. This kind of fake gold, fake this, fake that, and also to you and then what Jim said. Ghana government must investigate this. UN government officer Wakra say at the end of mobile short time dollar this, fake that, fake this. No containers are kasi every hin be good. So I didn't have an international case. I didn't have an international case. Are you? Because I didn't less than 3 months. Some containers will be free hin by him. When a free group is almost a free Ghana so worship walk him as a man NDC administration for you. Very terrible party. Now before Sunday to us, Mammy what you was saying. Emma, now you want him come say Kwakye for Subet the play the church say play away and you see her and we see her and on a tie and an oil. You go real one say play no crab in Ghana see. Yama you one another snient in Shadi.
I was for Felix Ofosu, Minister of State in charge of Government Communications, and Yachino, and Toby Brawood Channel, Yachino. The litany of lies are a branch ye try to cover up cocaine and money laundering, and someone a Kosovo Ghana, but once in Baba dead. A home minister posted this picture on the social media accounts and said, I'm only playing an ambulance at BC Ghana.
Play in Ghana, baby. Now Kwakye for so for when they are to the pages so because when we say gallibos and conform much more hand in the as NDC for a young one and no cover play we I got to play so in Ghana play here die young to us
and no a Ghana because I never be for well or baby well no and a tie a pie into Oma picture Omo and Omo buy Omo Befek say a plane a tie a tie plane as I'm quiet on 25th March. Now, Onim says say near AI to some a team access pictures. The period that you try pictures no. Any a year baby a try picture if year. Or this picture ever to a year about him. Yet me I bra picture was taken. Any a year where the picture was taken. Now, according to Ishimaya, who said picture was taken between 2017 and 2019. And a picture was taken in the US, so it was never taken in Ghana. Crampo. No one can say, there is some level of truth and say, maybe there is a mess up somewhere. It was taken in US, but about we each and it was taken in Ghana just last month. Yeah, exposing on that. And I think so. Sa air ambulance and Kasa ABC Ghana. A brother Ntim Fodjour a press conference. Or can we say, sa plane. The tail number a boho a N823 AM N823 AM. Sansemo Kai join news I confirm say ampa. That is the tail number of plane air ambulance ABC Ghana. GH1 and so I confirming as ampa. Plane ABC Ghana the tail number a N823 AM. I don't know that's wrong. But I wish I could chat Felix Ofosu a post here now. Tail number the sheni N864 AM N864 AM. So a totally different from planar ABC Ghana and Ankasa. It's a mom how this NDC government is trying hard to mislead Ghanaians, to deceive Ghanaians, to lie about these things and cover up. Me say, play me no nearby no. cocaine who Johnny baby. Essa Ghana sika and they are trying to cover up, but we won't allow it.
Okay, now yanko MP nankasa ene okọ Paul Adomochi shows one. Ena ye wo app bi a track flight bi na wiase ba bia. MP nankasa ko e ko demonstrate kire flight no ba bia na mo be si ye ba bia ta mo be si in fact what ye no kasa flight no kra no e da so Ghana. Flight ba ko Ghana mpese wo nya wotre na ye nyina ye nhwe wiase world record said your flight be a tour itinerary at the Ntim but you MP need demonstrate from the screen.
Well, so we're going to give you the latest on the aircraft saga. Reverend Ntim Fodjour is here. Reverend, so what's the latest?
Yeah, thank you, Paul. So regarding the 2 suspicious flights from Gran Canaria, a matter which has been in the news, we are going to do evidence-based presentation to dispute the false claims by Kwakye Ofosu and to show you the actual itinerary and how the movement of the suspected goods, how it took
So Pastor Ofosu talked about 2 scenarios. One plane comes, is faulty. Another plane comes, delivers the parts that takes up what was in the first plane, goes away. Another air-made plane comes, develops a fault. Another one comes. And he has showed us videos of the first one, and then the second one is shows that the tire is being repaired. So what do you have?
So let's go to the first one. Air-made flight N823 AM.
Okay, so that's
the first one. So
N823 AM.
That's the air-made flight, an air ambulance.
Can anyone watching this video also go to the same site?
Oh yes,
the same
FlightAware. Just go to FlightAware. Is a platform globally that tracks the itinerary and the flight activities of every flight. So you can come along with us.
All right, so where are we?
So now we're here, and the air ambulance, air-med flights N823 AM, first landed from Gran Canaria.
Okay. So this column shows where it came from.
So this is where it came from.
Gran Canaria,
and the time it took
International Airport.
This is the time it took
04:59 AM, and then landed at 9:02 GMT Kotoka. On what date?
Exactly 20th March.
20th of March. Okay, this conforms with what Felix said anyway.
Absolutely.
All right,
so this is a flight that stayed on for 5 days.
Yes.
Whatever it may probably allegedly waiting for to carry away or bring it.
This is the air ambulance type
This
plane.
is air ambulance.
Okay, it came here on 20th and stayed for 5 days.
5 days.
Okay.
And then let's go to International Airport, 1 AM, to Gran Canaria, and arrived Gran Canaria 5.
So it came from Gran Canaria of the island of Spain.
Yes.
And then left to the same place.
Absolutely.
This is the airmed. Okay.
And this is the airmed. Same airmed, Felix says, that was going somewhere and it only arrived in Ghana for a rest stop and developed faults.
I was now what party you didn't tell me say NGNDC phone air ambulance no almost see free baby free Luanda and a bag Ghana and we have problem we see and now have flight awareness a system will be as no flight and free Spain a bag Ghana and to free Ghana sakoi a trouble qua power day no one touch my near ready so the flight no Kwakye baby to shut it and flight name of Spain ho sa area only say konkonte powder there o mo di dware ho no o free ho ne be see Ghana and was free Ghana the sa course area wa and that online but that online yan to us
and the
Felix said is arrived in Ghana.
It arrived in Ghana.
Says arrived in Ghana
and it developed faults for 5 days.
Felix said they went back to Europe. Is that what I said?
Yes, Felix says that it went back to Europe,
and it did go back to Europe, isn't it?
Absolutely.
All right. Okay.
But he said that it was going somewhere, and then it developed fault. And when it was fixed, it didn't go where it was going, but it went back to Gran Canaria.
So you are suggesting to us that it wasn't going anywhere; it was coming from Gran Canaria to Ghana and going back to Gran Canaria.
Absolutely.
So any suggestion that it was on its way, something is not correct.
And we're going to show you the next part, the next piece of the evidence will be the activity log on the maintenance history of this same air flight to expose Felix on the so-called maintenance, the tie that says had to be replaced, the oil, and everything he said was repaired on this. We will show in the activity log for Ghanaians to see what happened on this.
Okay, so next, what are we seeing?
So the next one, we're going to the airmed flight 864 AM, which supposedly, according to that is this is an air ambulance. It's not even supposed to
the same air ambulance.
Absolutely.
So this is the second one that came.
This is the second one that Kwakye Ofosu claims came to bring parts.
Yes, he said that.
And goods.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
mind you, it is an air ambulance. It's not supposed to carry cargo.
Okay, let's look at the
So
log first.
let's look at the itinerary. So
Where's the itinerary?
So 22nd of March.
They're going to pick it up. Can you put the yellow on the? Yeah, there they have it. It's over here.
Yeah.
22nd of March. Gran Canaria against that the second plane also came from
Gran Canaria.
Oh, okay. To Cotoca International Airport.
So straight from Gran Canaria to Cotoca International Airport. But
Leaving at 1:32 a.m. that time, European time, and then arriving at 5:54 a.m. GMT.
yes.
Okay.
But you see, the aircraft hub is not in Gran Canaria. So if they really even wanted to bring parts to fix this broken aircraft, they couldn't have brought it from Gran Canaria.
I don't understand that.
You see, every airline has their air hub.
So like British Airways hub is in London.
Absolutely. This Airmed, their aircraft hub is in America.
So their home is not Gran Canaria.
No, they don't even have any air hub around aircraft hub around Gran Canaria or anywhere in Africa.
Okay.
So if they really had something to bring, they would have brought it from USA straight to the spot where they need to deliver that part. But again, so it couldn't have come from Gran Canaria to deliver ties and parts and gear, because I'll even show you the picture of this particular airline and the fact that it doesn't even have cargo compartment. But let's stay on the history.
Okay, there's a photograph here.
Okay, so we'll go back to the history. But this is a photograph. So this is the same as the NA2AM. It's the same.
The same design, but this is not the same plane.
Absolutely. The Airmed series, the N series, like the NA23AM, they are the same mode. All the N series are the same.
So
mode.
what's the point?
So if they had compartment, a cargo compartment, it would have been here. This is the engine. So the engine would have been shifted this way, so that you would have seen a compartment door somewhere here, showing that you can open, just as we have a door here. You would have seen a cargo compartment here where you would open and put those ties and whatever.
So the luggages of the passengers, where did they put it?
So this is not a passenger. This is just for ambulance. So
if somebody is unwell, where do they put the luggage?
So it is just designed to carry patients. So they carry them on the stretcher and then they put them in here. And so if there's any tie, supposedly
but if there's luggage, passenger luggage, where does it go? Because the patient may go with doctors, nurses, somebody else luggage.
So there's no compartment. So they'll put it somewhere
inside.
Yes, in the
so it doesn't take heavy luggage. That cannot take heavy luggage.
It cannot take heavy.
All right. Okay.
On say analysis from we no say one year we are abreast with aviation. I won't just say. And like we say, we are MPA aviation expert. Also, a cargo, and you want yes, luggage is because a cargo to pick patients or dead body or anything. If you only real say flight in him, and you didn't part also. It will be ground to some military flight right a corner. One wanted to say, young there be a ambulance to say car ambulance. We are him, said the city. When you're smart in aviation, I won't just say. Obadwen say as more can you confuse Debbie a sanity it is a car ambulance and now council but yeah Ghana phone and follow the idea grown obey should have cast someone when I be no but some MP can a tracking I'll bet me a tracking and the track but bomadiana
and so there's no compartment showing here that they put those ties in there and if Kwakye Ofosu claims and maintains that they carry that flight, they carry the ties and the parts inside this aircraft, it's violation of the federal laws. And by this, Kwakye Ofosu is indicting the airline, and they can face possible prosecution for violation. But you're not supposed to carry ties inside, only patients. So let's go on.
Let's see whether you can convince us. This one is 50-50, but let's go on. Okay, what next?
So the next one, there's even suspicion on this same flight. Let's check. From Gran Canaria comes to Cotoca International Airport, same 22nd March. On that same 22nd March, he leaves Cotoca International Airport to Luanda in Angola.
It says near Luanda.
Yes.
Where is near Luanda?
It's in Angola.
A place called near Luanda.
Yeah. That's how they've configured it.
No, say that again. So the plane that came to Accra
on 22nd,
the same day,
left Kotoka.
That was not part of Kwakye Ofosu's briefing.
It wasn't. He said he came. Kwakye Ofosu says that he came on 22nd and stayed on the 25th.
That's what he said. Yes. But you are saying that. Are you sure?
Oh yes. So that is what we are saying. So
and anybody can check this.
Anybody can check it. And from there, he came again to 4 de February.
No, hold on. So Kotoka International Airport, same day, goes to near Luanda. It leaves at 7:26 a.m.
Absolutely.
Last seen is 11:51 a.m.
That's it.
At the near Luanda place.
That's it. From there, the same day, so it did a lot of rounds, and then the same day it went to 4 de Fevereiro in Angola.
No, is it?
It left, yes.
Where is that?
So
this is 4
de Fevereiro.
4 is here.
Yes.
4 de Fevereiro.
Yeah.
And then let's be clear what we are looking at.
So
this one.
4 de Fevereiro.
Yes.
In Angola.
It's in Angola.
Yes. So it left for the
Lanceria.
And then from Lanceria, the next day, which is 23rd, left Lanceria to the same 4 de Fevereiro. So you could see the back and forth.
That's interesting. So from Accra, so from Canary Island to Kotoka to near Luanda to Lanceria and then to 4 de Fevereiro. Same plane.
Absolutely. And from 4 de Fevereiro back to Kotoka on 24th March.
Oh wow!
All this history contradicts what Kwakye Ofosu puts out there. And on 20th,
I'm confused. Kwakye Ofosu says the plane comes on 20th and it's here till 25th because it developed a fault and then another plane comes. You are suggesting to us that that's untrue.
No, that's not true. And he can play his voice.
Is it time to play his voice yet? Is it time to play it? If it's time to play, let's hear it.
So he can play his voice so that we hear his assertion on the N864.
Whilst it was landing in Ghana, it developed a tire burst and some difficulty with its landing gear, and therefore needed to remain here to be serviced. So another aircraft with registration number N864 arrived on 22nd March with tires and flight engineers from Luanda to replace the damaged tires of the aircraft. Now, once this was fixed, it departed the Kotoka International Airport on 25th March.
It doesn't tell us is that it didn't stay from 20th to 25th.
No,
and when he says it had a technical issue, it may not be true because it moved.
So Paul, the AirMed 823 AM is the one that, according to Kwakye Ofosu, had fault, which arrived on 20th March.
Yes.
And was waiting for this new one to bring parts, which I'm disputing that they couldn't have brought parts because it's not designed for compartment.
That's okay, but then he says stayed and you say it didn't stay.
That's this one, N864. It says that it arrived from Luanda on 22nd March, which is false. It arrived from Gran Canaria on 22nd March.
It didn't arrive from Luanda.
No, Luanda. It arrived from Gran Canaria, the same Gran Canaria, straight to Kotoka International Airport. It took off 1:32 a.m. from Gran Canaria, arrived at Kotoka 5:44
and took off again
to
near Luanda. Same day.
Yes, same day.
The plane that he said had developed force and couldn't move.
No, that is not. That one is still. So there are two of them. The N823 and N823 AM is the one he claims was faulty and was here.
Okay, so according to your fact, the one that was faulty and was here for 5 days was
here for that 5 days.
Yeah, we need to clarify because I was thinking you said it moved.
No, that one was here.
It was here for 5 days. Yes. Okay, which one moved?
So the one that he claims brought cargo, which couldn't have brought cargo because it hasn't have any cargo.
Well, that's the one you said didn't come from Luanda.
It didn't come from Luanda.
Oh, the second one.
Yes, it came straight from Gran Canaria.
The second one came from Gran Canaria.
It didn't come from Luanda.
Oh, I see. Okay. And now we get it.
And then
let's clarify. One plane, AirMed came. He said developed force and remained here for 5 days.
Yes.
According to your information,
it
did remain for 5 days.
5 days.
So you see, Paul, I don't want you to cross or pray. Bro, for some I can understand you simple. We bro way is simple. Plane yem no baku edinipa ya defo na nam a medical plane. Bro for now we can digiti. Was say I didn't free Luanda, Angola for capital. I didn't so free sa konkonte pada for crew na sa Gran Canaria hono, konkonte pada for crew hono. Yes mafia gay continent. If you want to back talk, I always say free Luanda never. And one case die, case close. And yes sir, case close. I said we need to change baby a flight o tracking baby o free buy ne o free baby ne ba Ghana ho o de ne ba ye question can see bisa o be fa de yi ya de fo ben ne dem fu ben ne o de ba Ghana asem we titi senya sa de ya ne criticisms ne we koso obviously e kwasi force awo o de brofo na Paul Ademocho so keke ka brofo sa ma wo bresa
Ofosu is right on that one,
but he's wrong.
Then he says a second one came in from Luanda to bring parts.
Absolutely,
that's the one you are challenging.
That's the one I'm challenging.
That it didn't come from Luanda.
It didn't come from Luanda. It came from Gran Canaria.
Okay,
and then it stayed. It didn't stay here to the 25th of March that he claimed.
No, the 25th is the first plane.
No, he also claimed that this same
the second one also stayed to 25th.
Absolutely. And then that's the movement. So you can see from.
But
Gran
you say
Canaria,
that one left Ghana the same day.
It left the same day to Luanda, and then back to 4 de Fevereiro, which is another airport in Angola, and then to Lanseria the next day, which is 23rd March, from Lanseria back to de Fevereiro, and then to Cocain International Airport. It came here 23rd March again.
So it came here twice.
Came here twice.
The same plane.
The same plane came here twice
in a matter of 3-4 days.
Absolutely, and then stayed here, and then the same 24 on the next day 24th, it left to Gran Canaria.
Oh, this is interesting. So the second plane that the Felix Kwakye Ofosu says came and delivered parts and left on the 25th did not. It came here. You don't know whether it delivered parts or not. You are challenging that.
Whatever it brought, Paul, whatever Kwakye Ofosu claims it brought couldn't have been ties. That also calls for interrogation. Whatever he claims it brought couldn't have been ties.
Couldn't have been parts.
Couldn't have been parts. And there's going to be a second part which will follow shortly, which is going to detail the maintenance history. We call it the activity log. We're going to display that also to dispute the so-called faults that he claimed were on the N823. We will open it up just like we have opened. And
so you can see the maintenance culture, and we will see. And if you see that there was no maintenance in Accra, then we're in trouble.
We will fact check it according to the faults.
Okay, so where we are, what Felix Kwakye Ofosu has to answer is that we are finding out that the second plane that came perhaps came to Ghana, left Ghana, and came back to Ghana. And he left Ghana, went to Luanda, and went to Lanseria, and went to 4 de Fevereiro,
and then came back to Cocain.
Wow! And then after
he went to Gran Canaria.
But and then the other one, the original one, also left on 25th to Gran Canaria.
Absolutely.
What is your suspicion then?
So this flight also, whatever it brought, since it is not. It couldn't be cargo. It couldn't be parts.
You mean the plane has no capacity?
It's not designed
and no licensing and designed to carry parts.
It's by regulation. By regulation, it cannot carry parts. It cannot carry tires or gears or anything. And so, if Kwakye Ofosu still stands by that, it's in violation of federal law.
But if it cannot carry ties, how can it carry the things you are alleging it carries?
Yeah, but those things are carried illicitly. So, if those things are carried, they carry them on a stretcher, like a stretcher. That's how it's packaged, and then it would have been put inside.
Cash and drugs,
allegedly.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, let's move on.
So, back onto.
So we are going to the other plane
now. On say asama MPE king. It say wako kumasi tinka na say abubulishi baby a omuton hababone haban ni mnyama. Also obi to say obi oye kafra obi oye bubu ani achacha ni freni so wo mugina ho den pass security be check wo mpacho tie die pa ho obi oye bubu ani achacha ni freni so wo mugina a certain location den pass security be check wo. Now me experience am wo as a broadcaster no ho most of Ghana wo mo to wi pa no dodo na aye omo mutu hwi mu a mutu ekwan wo sresra de. Yes, CID for nyina yawe bebre just how you smart hwe CID for bebre nim say apachefo a ti hwi mu a omo sresra most of them omo ye pushers ye ka pusha wa wo mu ma de kro ngura be je police want achi bebre omo ti bebre na boys ne free nso ase ne tenka no eba street mo no omo na omo de adwuma ne bre wo eti asoma ye ka the same analysis na be say obi any friend no jam what you say o man attention because we so any friend but most of them omo ye pushers obi akọ di black darkness sinani enu kula poma e na akora gina ne nchen and about Botoshen, and you go some quantity crown. Obi what to him, the free nothing now, and near money goes away pusher, becoming my track it yapping. Me my track it, I know the game. Might be say, a man or no, it's boys into our pa, who do our pano or on their coron. What I say? Yes, it's side flight when it's international scam, no person here, Juma, or for player, or not be able to control, or not a clock in clock tower. Wouldn't say a international airplane, a medical plane. Ubemana clearance, you give it to sanity. It say, only friendly, bubuani. Why they were no kuta and yemagun, no push ya be, or pusher. Now, won't mean Sana, a human Kwakye. Sana, human Kwakye. Over say, oh, whether a ambulance neighbor, so not a human guno, and ya ambulance of him, Sana Kinagi. But a woman, Sankophony, would a mom would tap Munam a Keditia Monesala Lano, Circle one in. I would check most of Kofu and near Fram. With all respect to them, but most of them are very criminals. We are smart and Kofu Promania Fefani very wild. Myself, Achabino, Tetia, Kedetia. That a business last week the police watching Central. When you're wild, a pushing baby, only pushing Yamano, and so to no Sessica. So it is like kissing Pepe and international system in Yusu. So to about one girl who want to crawl against a international air fly, or no, you made the patients and now there be, oh, there be, but what's it? I will follow. Only be a chain ye. Ye, when you very yet, will be a say. I will follow in Bonnie the chain ye, but would do money affair. Or would do money affair a link. It is a small pinnacle. Yeah, no, you're vulnerable Ghana, a vulnerable country. And you easy say, Ombe, you see a yako. I don't know, say a crack call. As I be grand and you never will crack quarter. So just here. And I don't see a sika, Sika will do it. I didn't say. Mutu. It is a Dina, MP now suspect. I don't know who said no, and perform money by because here Casano that day 25th. No. To light to airport or Kotokaho, to light, I'm a flight to take off. Yes, it is. I don't know. It calls for a lot of, different views and different opinions and suggestions, and people will criticize this move because maybe a flight need dear him on Angola, Ghana, Jack. A video way a analysis will say be fantastic. We know they should come and challenge this. Now, are we done
with
yes, so now let's go to the cover.
Okay, yes, the other one. That's the one I like. It's a big, nice plane, orange and blue.
Absolutely. But I want us to hear from Felix what he said about cover.
Okay, let's hear what Felix. Said about the second set of plane, the Kavak. Is that what it's called?
Kavak Antonov.
Let's hear what he said about it.
The CVK 7037. But let us hear the voice of.
Let's hear what he said about it.
The first one is an Antonov flight 12BK with registration number CVK 7037. Now this flight essentially is a cargo plane which arrived on the 12th of March 2025. Now the purpose for arriving in Ghana was what we call a technical stop. Essentially, this is a cargo flight that was destined for the European Union market. And European Union regulations dictate that some specific regulatory requirements be met before any plane of that sort can enter the EU. Now, this plane originated from Luanda in Angola. It was loaded with oil drill equipment and lubricant oil, which were contained in jerrycans. It was headed for the EU market. Now, Luanda does not have the certification to carry out the sort of requirements that this plane had to meet before entering the EU market. The Swiss cargo facility at the Cocain International Airport has that certification, and they can do that kind of scanning.
Okay, so what's your dispute on that?
So whatever this video is, I will prove to you is a video scene, is a movie scene. This plane is not the CVK 7037.
I don't understand that.
This is another Havoc Air which is currently in Ghana and which they carried. It's all staged.
I don't understand it.
It is all staged because
the
70
aircraft that we saw,
yes,
which has purportedly departed from Ghana.
It's not.
It hasn't departed.
No.
It's here.
The 7037 he's talking about. It never even came here at all. So which video is this?
No, what are you saying?
For the past 3 months, there has been no activity on the so-called 7037.
How do we know that?
So let's check.
Okay, put it in.
We a proper showdown. We a proper showdown because maybe no video long. Name mama say at what point and nobody come and say move video now. At what point? Because airport rules, at the end of the say yes has short video no they break government of Ghana. At what point? And now you want to release the video now. At what point on video ni ma abayne say boss video over to media so me can no sense mama say my employee they should come and dispute this. Mama say man they should come and dispute this fact and no. Let us know these people use us. Why?
That's it. They put it in. Okay. Let's go to the.
So according to Kwakye Ofosu, this Havoc Air 70 CVK 7037 arrived. According to him, they arrived on 12th March.
12th of March. Yes.
So let's check activity. Show flight between 12th of March and purportedly leaving 25th March. Okay. Let us show.
Okay, so let's do that. So that's a calendar.
Yes.
So they go to 12th of March, correct? Yes. Okay. And then they go to
purportedly departing 25th March.
25th of March.
And see if you will see any activity on it.
Okay. So let's see. Clicks. What does it say?
And viewers, you can come along with us. Yeah, try it also.
Yeah, viewers are looking at it. So what does it say? Where's the information?
No history data in the last 3 months.
Can viewers read this, producer? No history data searched last 3 months. That is the number of the plane. Absolutely. No history data.
Yes.
So why do you say it's in Ghana if there's no history data?
So there's another type of this currently in Ghana. Yes, there's another type. This 7037 hasn't been in Ghana.
Maybe he got the number wrong. Maybe it's the same type of plane, but they got the number wrong.
But it says that there were 2 planes. One came, developed fault,
yes,
and another had to come,
yes,
and bring parts.
So which one are we searching? The one that came or the one that had to come?
So the one that, both of them. This first one that he said came and they didn't have certification, and
yes,
and so
needed certification. He came from Angola.
They didn't have certification there, and had to go to come to Ghana before it gets the certification to Europe.
But whilst was in Ghana developed the fault.
And whilst in Ghana developed the fault, there are 2 falsehoods I must dispel. The first one is that it never came to Ghana because there's no history on it. The last 3 months, the last scene of this flight is December 18th, 2024. That was the last activity ever seen. It's and it's at the time. Let me just confirm.
Which country?
But we can even check it right here.
So we don't need to do much. But so what we're saying here, and what we the last time what we have, you can cross check.
Yes,
you can.
The last time a few was from Malaga, Spain to Cairo, Egypt,
in 2024,
December 18, 2024. From Spain to Egypt.
That's the last journey the plane did on his record.
That's the last activity.
It hasn't come to Ghana.
It hasn't come to Ghana. The last it ended in Africa was in Egypt. From Spain to Egypt, December 18th, 2024. So let us check the second flight. That was the replacement.
Yes.
Came. Let us check.
Please put the number up. So that's
CVK 7007.
7007.
But
okay.
we even want to hear confirmation from him.
Now let's do this. Okay. Yeah.
Great.
People can always check the press conference.
Yeah.
So this one was the view more flight history. That's where we're going. Okay.
Yes.
So what date did he say, and what are we putting in?
So he says that this flights. Let me just. Yeah.
So we are trying to get the flight date and the details for viewers so we can look at it. It's getting very interesting, isn't it? But okay, do you have it? Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So this flight came here on the 15th of March, and you can cross-check when he says arrive here.
What did he say? You just tell us.
So we'll just cross-check.
Okay. Should we listen to Felix?
Let's listen.
Okay, let's listen to Felix on this one. The time the flights came in. If you have the video, let's play. Listen to the government information minister.
Whilst here, it developed an engine blade fault. For that reason, a replacement aircraft, URCEZ, with registration number CVK 7007, was brought in to evacuate the cargo.
So he says he came here.
Well,
so
okay, yes. So that's what he said. He came here.
Yes. Yeah. So that one indeed arrived here, 15th of March, from Harare International Airport to Kotoka.
Oh, it didn't come from Luanda.
No, it didn't come from
Harare, Zimbabwe.
Harare, Zimbabwe.
Harare, Zimbabwe was never mentioned in anything that Felix said.
It has never come up anywhere.
No, he has never said it. But this is the record.
Absolutely, that's the record. CVK 7007. That is it. And now, this flight is still in Ghana.
Oh, that's interesting.
This flight hasn't left.
This plane is still in Accra.
This plane is still in Accra.
So I'm guessing that's the plane from which they filmed it.
So that is a film. That is a scene for their staged evidence.
So this is the plane that was filmed.
So this is
still in Ghana.
This is the Cargo Air that is still in Ghana. And then I dare Civil Aviation Authority in Ghana Airport to produce it. They should check all the hangars. It is there, hasn't left. The records are here. This is flight aware. Hasn't left anywhere. So they went onto that flight. You see, when you see that video, you could see clearly a stage thing, because which airline?
I was concerned about who filmed it.
Yes.
Why did they film it?
Which, in normal practice, you've been the board chair of Ghana Airport Company. You know the practices at the aviation. When an airline lands and whether it's coming for maintenance or it's coming to replace, do we have this whole thing filming, or did they have some intelligence that something was going to happen, for which all of them assembled, like over a dozen of inspectors, like over 20 inspectors. You saw them in the video wearing their jacket vests, and then to stage that they came and inspected it, because and then they filmed it. Is it a standard practice that you film planes that are arriving as replacement? So whatever, if that video was true, so whatever it is, my conclusion is that this is the same flight which is still here. So national security, Ghana Airport, Civil Aviation, let us have this checked, and then flight aware will not lie. You're asking for evidence. That is it.
But you're a member of parliament. You can put.
Okay, Busafo. Baby, I do miss them. What time be an call? What do you call Google on a flight away? Me pesa me meka. What will be an flight away? Now about CVK 7007 flight activity history. Na you can say CVK Mr. Mobia and check it. Now you NDC for other power or more air catcher Ghana for so. Na you can say and no more intimidation tactics. I say or more education Maya. Yen na you are saying. Yes, what it was flight in the BBA Hasi. Flight in the BBA. What it was flight in the BBA when at the whole Harare, Zimbabwe, and at the whole 15th March, Accra, Ghana, Saturday 15th March 2025, 12:23 p.m. GMT. Harare, and so it will be 6:07. It's a live on the computer, and so was CA. Now, see. Details in now I was what I say. And I may check over background was here. And one was the HER Harare, Zimbabwe, and Ghana Accra ACC Kotoka. Yes, so it's clear. And we check flight aware Kavok Air 7007 landed over 3 weeks ago. And to the history that was landed 3 weeks ago. So Obiabet Machakibi. Now we want them to come out and flight no work on. Obviously, and Latin Ministry of insurance so Zimbabwe or and a Dasino. Just a track be a flight na every pay more Ghana and at the home. So the point is, we want this government to disprove said the MP Nekano Wabwa Yantuaso.
An urgent question for the Minister for Transport, Minister for Defense, and then they can answer.
We will go the full hole. You see, everything we have. From the way I've been sequencing it, I drop it piece by piece by piece, but the whole fact is together. But it's sequenced, and right here on your platform, we're going to unravel it all. They dared me for evidence, and that is the path we're going to go.
So you're going to come back with us with the maintenance culture,
maintenance activity.
Okay, the Honourable MP for Ashanti South. Honorable Reverend Ntim Fodjour, Yadana say, Wama, the students of politics, who this analysis about the itinerary, the tracking sessions of this flight, this dubious flight of NDCs. Propaganda, their lines about this alleged drugs, cocaine issues are surrounding behind President Mahama, NHS, and enough of form by any of the NHS and common any. I had the reason so. After my phone lines in 0242073114. From Cecilia, now we are going to Kwakye Cecilia and from Cecilia 0242073114. Report no nani wo AI yeni bukata world bio your information world and emma will be tibon cause be wona also mfa Ghana for most of them cannot think it or cast man wa jedi so yen na o mo yen na me tia me laptop me so me check all the numbers flight numbers from go na me o mo kana me check ani so basi sia na me mfa call away hello yes sir nice one. Nice one. Nice one.
I'm say we start free baby and I'm say many said that corner here. Omo EVD will be fear. So national security no mind. Ya na de bia must be a mechanic say and phobia no me refi and maybe a see what na no. Ombesa I am from Swana and Ra, you see what you na bio. The yes, so say I didn't akoso baako. Akoso me, no akoso me, and I akoso. And this will be